Our next presenter is Ilya Popov of ComeBack Mobility, and Ilya's innovative device proposes to shake up lower limb rehabilitation and speed up recovery.
Recommendations for post-surgical care are still the same, like 6 years ago. And now, a revolutionary product has come along to change the standards of care. Hello, my name is Ilya. I'm the CEO and founder of ComeBack Mobility. And when I sold my previous startup and became a fighter, I've got injured, spent 6 months in rehabilitation, and came up with a new medical device solution. When my doctor told me to put 25% of my body weight to my recovering limb, I had no idea how to follow this prescription. Moreover, I was surprised to learn that in 6% of fractures, the internal fixation fails. In 8%, the bone doesn't heal. And more than a third of patients suffer pain for 3 months after surgery. And all those problems are 15 billion annual loss for insurance companies, because there are more than 5 million cases in the US that required weight-bearing protocols. So why there is still no solution on the market? Well, because competition is weight sensors embedded to insoles and sandals. They're not reusable and pretty expensive to produce. And now, thanks to our FDA-cleared Smart Crutch tips, patients finally can start loading their legs earlier without risk of damaging implants, expedite their recovery, and avoid complications. Their manufacturing cost is just $300, and we will rent it for $500 for patients at home rehabilitation and sell them to providers for $3,000. We have established our own manufacturing and produced 400 devices. It is FDA cleared and registered with CMS. FCC, HIPAA, quality management system have been successfully implemented. Also, we have 3 issued and 2 pending patents. Our first publication proved that the Smart Crutch tips is a valid tool for clinical use. Our satisfaction study shows that it's so easy to use that patients need just 6 minutes to learn how to comply with weight-bearing prescription. And the clinical study with 50 patients at NYU Langone shows 51% higher compliance to weight-bearing protocols with our device. According to FDA, it takes 7 years to develop and bring to the market a new medical device. We have done it within 3 years and less than $2 million. It is already in use in level 1 trauma hospitals. And pretty soon, when the ongoing clinical trial will be done, we will get evidence about significant savings for payers and significant improvements in patients' outcomes. Experience of our team covers the entire spectrum of functions related to software, hardware, and medical device business. That's why our mentors and investors from top-level hospitals are confident in our success. We have almost closed our seed round, and this funding will be enough to finish the research, obtain the device use reimbursement, and commercialize our product with HSS, NYU Langone, Kaiser Permanente, and other hospitals. You might be interested, and you might be asking yourself, wouldn't it be great if this guy had actual scientific evidence to prove the claims he made? Well, you're in luck. I'm happy to present it. Please come and talk to me after the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ilya. So who has questions about ComeBack Mobility? Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. Is there some sort of nice feedback loop to know when you're applying the right amount of weight?
Let me just repeat the question because some people are online. So the question is, how does the patient know they're applying the right amount of weight? Is there a feedback loop?
I should talk here. OK. Thank you for your question. OK. Thank you for your question. The answer is, while a step, if the patient apply too much or not enough weight, the device says step harder or step softer, and also we have lights and sound indications. So it's pretty easy to comply, and users can choose any indication that's more convenient for them. Yes, works like this.
Step on the foot softer.
You just heard, yes.
Other questions? Someone in the way back?
How's it calibrated?
How is it calibrated?
It was tough, you know. We've spent 8 months to ensure that we can track and be precise to track correct steps. We've done many testing, and while implementing our quality management system, we have developed our own machine that makes 2 million steps with our devices in order to be sure that the accuracy will be correct even after 30 or 40 times it's in use.
Someone else, I think, had a hand up. Go ahead.
You mentioned that you either sell it to the hospital or rent it. What's the use case for renting? Is it out-of-pocket spending for a patient?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So the device is...
Ilya, let's just repeat the question because maybe not everybody heard it. So the question is about the business model between selling it to providers or renting it to users. Is that basically the question? What's the use case for a renter?
Let me answer for both. So, for example, we are selling the device for hospitals, and they use it to train patients with our device how to comply. Because without our device, they use bathroom scales and spend an hour to explain how to do it. With our device, they save time, and also this is a revenue-generated device. It has 3 different CPT codes that hospitals can get using this device. After their training, patients need to get it at home. For home rehabilitation, it takes, on average, 6 weeks. So then patients pay out of pocket currently, but when we will finish the research, we'll get our device reimbursement. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if you have other questions for Ilya, I'm sure you'll be able to talk with him outside. I think this is our last presentation for today. So Mary, come tell us what's next. Or Maggie.
Thank you.